Could Culliston Loveland be the missing piece to the Chicago Bears puzzle? Or will he fall prey to the all-too-familiar fate of hype and heartbreak that haunts the Windy City? Fans, this isn't just a lead-up to training camp. Something electric is in the air at Hollis Hall, and whispers from inside sources suggest the Bears might be on the cusp of transforming their offense in ways we can hardly imagine. But before we dive into this emotional roller coaster, I need you to hit that like button with all your might. Trust me, it could be your ticket to something incredible at training camp. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates as we navigate this wild season together. Now, let's talk about those enticing rumors swirling around Loveland's return. Inside reports hint that the tight end, our 10th overall pick from the NFL draft, is on track to make his much-anticipated comeback just in time for training camp. Can you feel that pulse racing in your chest? His recent interview stirred the pot even more. Loveland spoke with fire, stating, "That's the plan, man. Just working out every day to get there. Really just getting the strength back and mobility and just continuing each day to work. When I'm there, I'll be out there ready to go." This isn't just a statement. It's a battle cry. As the world anxiously awaits his debut, the potential synergy with Cole Kmet is a tantalizing question mark. Together, they could ignite a two-tight end scheme that might just appease the football gods and our long-suffering fans. Remember the agonizing years spent watching our offense sputter like a broken-down jalopy? This might be the turning point. The last time we felt this buzz was when we drafted game-changers who altered our trajectory, like legends Walter Payton and Devin Hester. We've been left wanting, craving a connection like the one we once celebrated. Are we about to usher in a new era of monsters? What if Loveland's chemistry with Kmet is electric enough to elevate both their games, creating nightmares for opposing defenses? But of course, there's the nagging fear that lingers. Bold speculation leads us to what could unravel. What if the bright lights of training camp reveal a disconnect, or worse, an unexpected setback? Will Loveland struggle to acclimate? Will the specter of injuries loom large, threatening to snuff out our hopes yet again? Fans, it's hard-hitting dilemmas, like these that have kept our hearts tethered to the edge of despair and hope. What if Loveland does land that all-rookie team spot, proving the naysayers wrong and cementing himself as a cornerstone of the franchise? Can you handle those emotions? And let me remind you, it isn't just about Loveland. It's about Kmet, too. This is their moment to embrace their destinies as the future of Bears football. The stakes have never been higher. So as training camp looms closer, and with it all the mysteries of what could unfold, we're standing at a crossroads. Will we celebrate a season of triumph or spiral back into the familiar shadows of disappointment? The clock is ticking, and it's all about to burst wide open. Get ready, Bears fans, because the deep dive into the future is just beginning, and nothing is guaranteed. Will we finally find the elation we've yearned for, or will we be left with echoes of missed opportunities? Hold on tight. The second installment is just around the corner, and trust me, you won't want to miss a second. Then grab your jersey, slam that old Soldier Field mug on the bar, and look me dead in the eye, because if you've ever bled navy and orange, this is the moment you stop being a casual and start being a believer or a broken-hearted fool all over again. If Loveland really is that guy, if his route running slices like a razor and his frame becomes that immovable force across the middle, then tell me, what does that do to defenses stacking the box against our run? What does that do to coverages? Once they realize you can't leave either Loveland or Kmet in single man without getting roasted alive on a seam route? But now flip it. What if Loveland isn't ready? What if he limps into camp, not quite at full speed? What if the bounce isn't back in those knees? And what if the team starts hedging, pulling back, saying, he's close week after week, like we haven't heard that song before? I've lived that deja vu, man, seated with Kevin White, with Anthony Miller, with every young hopeful whose hype flickered out like a dying streetlight over Lakeshore Drive. This city doesn't hand out patience, and Hollis Hall doesn't. Get second chances often. You either make your name in camp or you get swallowed up in the depth chart, like last year's draft regrets. And that's where this gets scary, because while we're all focused on Loveland, something else is brewing just beneath the surface. The idea that this offense might be scheming up something none of us expected. Word is Getsy's fingerprints are gone, and what's left is a system that moves, that breathes, one where motion isn't just window dressing but a weapon, where Loveland and K-Met aren't just blockers but assassins slipping through coverage. And you start hearing whispers that the locker room sees it too, that Fields, or maybe not even Fields, maybe it's the rookie breathing down his neck, is finding rhythm with these guys on 7-on-7 South, that there's a new tone in the huddle, that someone like DJ Moore pulled Loveland aside and said, "You make this click, we win games." Now imagine the ripple, Packers fans chirping from their little perch up north, silenced by a unit that just dropped 24 before halftime. Lions riding high from last year, shoved back to earth when Loveland stiff-arms their prize rookie safety into the turf. And the Vikings? Always the Vikings, caught once again in the twilight of Kirk's last stand while we rise like something they feared but never admitted. But here's the thing that rattles me. The Bears have a way of building you up and breaking you harder than any other franchise in this league. You don't wear this logo without understanding the pain of 2010, when Cutler's knee and our hopes buckled together. Or 2018, when a double doink shattered an entire city's lungs in one breath. Or the endless winters of disappointment where legends like Ehrlicher and Briggs gave us their best and still came up short. And now, here we are again, staring into the unknown. A tight end we've never seen in a real game, a fan base desperate for an identity, and a front office that finally, maybe, has a plan. But what if it's all smoke? What if Loveland's flash is a mirage and the buzz is just empty PR wrapped? In preseason optimism, can we survive another year of almost, of could-have-beens? Or will this be the spark that rewrites our future, that gets a statue built someday next to Hollis himself? That's the edge we're on right now, and if you can't feel it in your chest, you haven't been paying attention. So I ask you, do we dare believe again? Do we dare let the fire start? Or are we just one twisted ankle away from another? Cold, lonely January, staring out at a frozen lake, wondering why hope always hurts the worst in Chicago. Because come Sunday, we'll find out if we ride the wave of progress or stand helpless as we crash into the same jagged rocks that have haunted us for generations. What will ignite inside this franchise? The fire of revival or the ashes of another broken dream?